Even Modernity News is alerting all of us that we are in actual trouble. That is because CNN, the actual third arm of the CIA, is reaching out and saying that Kamala Harris is dodging questions. CNN's Jake Tapper slams her for dodging the questions during the debate. Let's talk about it. The report goes on to say that Jake Tapper unusually criticized Kamala Harris's debate performance, pointing out a number of examples where she dodged actual questions being asked. The presidential debate was noteworthy for its clear bias towards Harris, who received zero fact checks from the moderators despite making a number of false claims. On the other hand, Trump was fact-checked at least 4 times and faced numerous follow-up confrontations with the moderators compared to Harris, who faced barely any. CNN also noted that Kamala's repeated actions when questions were lobbed her way. When Harris was asked, "Do you believe Americans are better off than they were 4 years ago?" she responded by saying, "I was raised as a middle-class kid." Well, don't believe me. You got to watch the clip for yourself. Here she is dodging the questions live.
Vice President Harris began the debate by punting the first question on the economy. It went on from there. Despite the economy being the number one issue facing the country, the sitting vice president generally reverted to talking points about a few of her policy proposals. Even Harris allies today are saying that she needs to talk more about what she will do for Americans if elected. Senator Bernie Sanders will be here in a second to talk about more about the need for her to fill in some of those blanks. On the border, another vulnerable issue for Harris, she also dodged.
Would you have done anything differently from President Biden on this?
So I'm the only person on this stage who has prosecuted transnational criminal organizations for the trafficking of guns, drugs, and human beings.
Okay, that wasn't the question. When asked how she would break through the Israel-Hamas war stalemate, Harris said this.
We need a ceasefire deal and we need the hostages out. And so we will continue to work around the clock on that.
Okay, but again, how?
This is a lot of the promising of, okay, what we can do, but not how we can do it, right? What is the actual methodology? Now, the problem with this is that Tapper ended up saying that Kamala was reverting to boilerplate talking points when asked about the economy. Even Harris allies today are saying that she needs to talk more about what she will do for Americans if elected. The CNN host also said that Harris dodged the question when it came to the issue of border control. Harris responded to the question by saying that she had prosecuted criminals for running guns and drugs. As we document in the video down below, the debate was rigged from start to finish. I know that if you leave your comment down below, I'd love to hear your feedback. We all know it was 3 against 1, but this is what they have to do. They avoid answering the questions so that over the long term, what they can end up doing is just doing whatever the hell they want. They're not even lying to you. They just aren't telling you the truth at all. Now, Kyle Becker pointed that out, but we know what's going on. There's something much deeper. Charlie Kirk was at a university recently where he was talking to an individual from Mexico who's explaining that Democrats don't want to solve the issues because they're profiting off of them. Listen.
I come from a missionary family to Mexico. We were with cartel members, recently convert to Christianity, saying how they traffic thousands of children, specifically to Democratic politicians, and they actually said the biggest client for their product is the U.S. government, and that actually exploded under the Biden administration.
Wait, so the cartels were telling your family they
were directly in prison.
They were trafficking kids to Democrats?
Yes.
So it's legit. Cartels are trafficking kids as sex slaves for Democrats?
Yes.
Is this modern day slavery?
Yes, they are.
So just to give some detail for the audience.
Yes, sir.
You have an 11-year-old girl.
Yes.
What do they do with that girl?
They actually have to hide her. We were in Coahuila, which is where the Zetas were at. They just got eliminated, but they were the biggest traffickers. They actually kind of began to dismantle under the Trump presidency, even for the Mexican government. But the biggest we've known people that had to leave states, hide them, literally take them, like just completely.
And these girls become prostitutes
100%
at 12 years old.
Yeah, parents have sold their kids into it just to survive.
So when you hear that 320,000 kids have gone missing under Kamala Harris,
100% accurate. We see thousands of migrants on top of trains coming across, just destroying everything across the path.
Do they mean America well or harm?
Absolutely harm.
So the cartel works with the American government
100%. So
to bring these kids as sex slaves. Yeah.
Yes.
This is not a joke, everybody.
This is not.
We've been saying this for a long time.
You guys can go. We have Facebook pages and everything.
It's the largest sex slave trade in the world history.
100%.
And Kamala Harris is overseeing it
and she is overseeing it. Now, this is the problem. A lot of people hear this stuff and it sounds so good to be, or too good to be true. It's like, No, it doesn't make any sense. This is like some sort of a movie, some entertainment. No, this is what's happening in our country every single day. Now, I want to remind you that Biden's not done yet, and he might not have dropped out of the race entirely, but he's still probably going to jam through some crazy hidden tax traps, maybe even some attacks on our retirement funds. He could supercharge the income taxes, maybe even increase your utility and gas prices. The problem is this is all going to inflate costs on things that you need to live. Now, some or all of this could affect you or your family in one way or another. I'm going to tell you why. That if you want to wait and see, well, you may as well go kiss your retirement savings goodbye. The good news is that you can get prepared right now, but you better hurry. Reach out to my friends at Gold Code today to learn how precious metals could help you protect yourself and your family. They're offering you a free 2024 gold and silver kit, plus up to a 10% instant match in bonus silver on qualified accounts. All you have to do is visit vnngold.com. That's vnngold.com. Your retirement funds, income taxes, gas prices, they can all actually be affected. You've got to go there today. Go to vnngold.com. That's vnngold.com. Now, as I mentioned, as we're talking about how serious this stuff is, Kamala Harris doesn't need to tell the truth because she's worried more about perception and the fact that she just needs to look like she's supported so that they can rig the incoming votes. Check this out. Here's a video of her entrance into a rally versus Trump's at the exact same location. Notice the difference?
There he is.
And that's the difference. And so that's why she dodges the questions, because, look, she knows that the real Americans support Donald Trump. So she's going after the ignorant, the disaffected, those who are just uninformed and even low IQ. And in the middle of all of this, her ultimate response is, I don't need to tell you the truth. I just need to be a leader that tells you I'm going to give you free stuff. Now, if you like this video, don't forget to drop a like and a comment. But most importantly, sign up for our newsletter to help us fight against the censorship regime. We're an independent media network, and when you go to vigilantnews.com and sign up, you get videos like this to your inbox every day. If you want to watch these videos on Rumble and on X, you can find us at Vigilant News. I'm Elijah Schaefer. Have a great rest of the week, and may God bless the United States of America. I'm signing out.